recorded. I just started the record button. All right, so I'm recording. It's 4 o'clock. It is 4 o'clock. Tanya, there's Tanya. She's one of my ultimate actors. She's just getting more love. So I love you, Tanya. Thanks for coming. Okay, so welcome to my pop-up class. And I will begin by sharing my screen with you. And I will do it like this, so I'll play. So this is going to be Audition Fierceness, because you have to be fierce in your auditions. And it's also how I gained my 6-figure acting power. And as I was preparing to expand my reach to actors, I had a wonderful meeting with one of my Yale classmates who's gone on to do many great things. And he asked me, you know, have you ever earned 6 figures in 1 year acting? And I said, yeah, I have. And he said, well, you should call it 6-figure acting power. And I said, that's a good idea. So I call it that because I was able to earn 6 figures pretty early on in my career just from my acting in 1 year. And I'm going to talk about what I discovered when I look back at my process and I look back at myself as a teacher. I'm going to talk about how I was able to do that and what shifted for me. So this class is also going to be what I call Audition of the Week. And that is taking a look at an audition that came up this week and imagining that you have to put it on camera, because this is the basis for my new class, which is called Acting in the Digital Age. So first of all, before we jump into all that business, I have to thank you all for coming, especially Desiree and Tanya, because I can see your pretty faces. And it's just so exciting to be able to interact with someone directly online and to be able to move them forward. So I have to say thank you for coming to the class. And thank you for showing up, all the people who are on the phone as well, because it's not easy to take time out of your busy Saturday and just jump on a call. So thanks, guys. All right, moving along. Oh, so allow me to introduce myself. I guess I should have. My name is Rosalyn Coleman Williams. And I wonder, yes, you can see it. So my name is Rosalyn Coleman Williams, and I am an actor, a director, and mostly I am a very proud educator. I'm a proud educator because my parents are educators. I love school. I'm still in school. I always go to school. And it's a place where I feel very passionate and empowered being an educator. So I'm currently teaching at NYU and SUNY Purchase. And I'm so proud to be there because those are both great institutions. They put out great actors. And SUNY Purchase, I think last year was rated one of the #1 acting schools in the country. And I teach the 4th year actors on camera acting. And at NYU, I teach, and this is where I developed, this class is going online called Acting in the Digital Age. I am also a creator. I have created several digital products. I created iRaz app, and it's available for free on any iOS device. And thank God I don't have to update it because it's still working even with all the upgrades in iOS 8. I'm also the co-creator of Everything Acting podcast, where my partner and I, Darby Worley, we started it 6 years ago. And we have the purpose of inform, inspire, and demystify the actor's journey. Now, that's also an app, but it's currently not available. So you want to go directly to everythingactingpodcast.com to listen to the latest episode. Okay, so what's been up with me is for the last year, I have been having the purpose of releasing more creatives into the world. Let me make sure everything's okay. And if you guys notice, there's also a chat that is available to you to use as well. Let me make sure. That, are you guys hearing me okay? Go like this if you are. Yay, you are! Oh my goodness, that makes me so happy. And this is what I do when I'm happy. When I don't want to make too much noise. Yeah, that Tanya knows it. Or I go like this. Okay, so there's also a chat where you guys can chat away at the same time. Okay, so anyway, my last year has been, I've had a really clear mission, and that's that I have to help release more creatives into the world. There need to be more actors and more stories being told. And I started the Ultimate Acting Experience, which Tanya's a part of. And I wanted to do an online mini version of that class, and that's what Acting in the Digital Age is. And that's what I've been up to. So during this presentation, what are you gonna learn, I hope? You're gonna learn how to approach, somebody unmuted, how to approach on-camera auditions when you're self-taping, because so much stuff happens from the self-tape. So that's something that you're going to learn today, as well as, I always lose my mouse on this thing. Oops, let me do escape for a second. I lost my mouse, I got to get it back. Oh, I got it back, okay. Let's put you guys down at the bottom. And back here at the top, and back to play. Okay, so what you'll learn during this presentation is, I'm actually using two computers. All right, I already told you that part, which was how to approach self-taping, how putting generals is different from an audition for a particular show. So those are two different ways to approach it when you're putting yourself on tape. And also a new way to prepare, which is how I discovered how to prepare while I was struggling with on-camera auditions. And that is the key. Okay, so I only have a few people to pick from, but I will. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick someone right now who wants to work. Because I'm going to send you some sides. Look at all these people. Vicky Pooh, Tony, Arena's iPad, Desiree. Arena, I know her too. So I'm going to have to pick either Tanya or Desiree because those are the only two people I can see. And I do want to be interacting with someone that I can actually see. So would either one of you like to work on the audition of the week? Now, I guess, is it you, Tanya, or is it Desiree? Raise your hand, which one? It looks like it's Tanya. She's getting all this, yeah, there's a lot of movement going on. Okay, so I'm gonna send you these sides, Tanya. And that, which is actually good because I have Tanya's email. It'll be even faster. The audition is from this week, like I said, and it's from, Tanya, wait. T-O-N, there you are. And I won't send it from the PTA, I'll send it from Rod's Acting Coach and on the sides. Okay, Tanya, here they come. There you go. So the audition is from an audition that came out this week where you had to submit yourself on tape from Actors Access. As well, I wanted you to know that anybody who tweets, pound or hashtag AIDA, A-I-D-A 2014, or to me at iRozApp, at iRozApp, I-R-O-Z-A-P-P, you are going to receive a chance to get a free Acting in the Digital Age, which my husband and partner in crime will be choosing one of those tweeters from today before midnight to receive the program for free. Okay, moving right along. Now, why is this important to you now? What do you care about putting yourself on tape? Well, I'm going to tell you why I think it's important to you now. is because most of the actor training that you've had so far has been dead wrong. It has not been the kind of actor training that you need. I think actor training in this country, which I've been studying for years, does give you what you need in terms of understanding given circumstances and what you want. But when people who are trained for the stage move into film and television, there can a lot of times be a disconnect. And because a lot of the time you're being trained by someone who has not conquered that transition. And I consider myself have conquered that transition because that's how I was able to earn six figures, because I did not earn six figures in the theater. And I was on Broadway, and I was getting a lot of opportunities to do auditions for film and television. But I would constantly hear, "You're too big." And I had no control over the result of the audition, over how I would just try to mumble, be quiet, and I felt completely at sea. Whereas I was comfortable on the stage doing a show every night, I just didn't know what I was expected to bring, whether I could pantomime, not pantomime. Do they want me to move? Do they not want me to move? Should I move my face? Do I gesture? I just was completely lost when it came to film and television. So what happened for me was this lady named Margie Haber. Here's her book. Not that I'm selling her book, but I got to give her love because she did help me. It's called How to Get the Part Without Falling Apart. She came to town and I took her workshop. And when I took her workshop, it really changed things for me, because I learned that I could be my real acting self and bring everything I knew about a scene to acting on camera, to my on-camera auditions. Now, another reason this is important to you is because of your artistic wounds. Artistic wounds, what are they? Well, it comes from certainly being in an acting class that wasn't supportive of you, where you heard certain criticisms and they run through your mind all the time. Or even worse, and this is my personal pet peeve, maybe you were in a program and that technique did not work for your instrument, so they blamed you, and they might have even kicked you out of the program. And that creates a wound, an artistic wound. And so you become shut down, and you're still an artist. You still really want to live the life of an actor, but you're shut down because this person or that person wasn't able to work with you, to teach you. So that's another reason why this is important to you now, because I'm going to show you how acting in the digital age can get you over that wound and back into practice. Another reason this is important to you now is because I've been teaching for 20 years. I can't believe it. I've been teaching for 20 years. And one thing I will say consistently is that actors get advice from other actors and from casting directors and all kinds of people. And they take this advice, especially from people who don't actually audition themselves. And I still do. And they take that advice as if it is just a Bible. And they take this advice and they apply it to everything. And what they don't understand, that I do understand, is that every single director works differently. And when you walk into an audition room, just because you heard from one casting director that you're supposed to do X, Y, and Z, you walk into the next audition room, that casting director might have a different preference. It's just a preference. And you take it as if it's a rule. And the job is to bring your good work to the story, your good acting, and bring that story to life. How the audition unfolds is up to the people. So I will teach you how to make your own choices and feel confident that you don't have to control how the audition pans out, but with your good acting, you can really survive any kind of situation, and how to practice and prepare for that. Dogma. Dogma from acting school gets you stuck in certain mindset about what you can and cannot do in a scene. So if you've had, if this sounds familiar to you, you might have heard this in acting school, put all your attention on the other person. So you come into your audition and you stare at the other person. like you just stare at them because you're like, I'm putting my attention on the other person. And that dogma has gotten so stuck into your head that you've lost the ability to have natural behavior. And I have also spent a whole year being acting coach on season 2 of In Treatment. And when I was, oh yes, I am in 2 frames. When I was acting coach on season 2 of In Treatment, one of the things that I would hear from the director or from the producer I was working with is they would say, it's not natural. They'd whisper in my ear. And the reason it wasn't natural is because the actor comes on to the, and they come wide-eyed, open-jawed, and open, as if they're doing an acting scene in class. And they don't have the natural behavior of the person that you'd have in a conversation. So I can help you practice and achieve that, because we know what feels false, but sometimes we don't know how to get out of that false feeling. Like, how do I get natural on camera? I love the word natural because it's a word that gets used a lot, but we don't hear it ever in acting school. I don't know why, but we don't. Okay, so we're still on this dogma from acting school thing, but let's look at this one last thing. Why this is important to you now. Oops, boom, 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 boom. The other reason it's important to you now is because I have a little story for you. So I love to bring my stories from the trenches, and that's something that you'll get over and over again in acting in the digital age. So here's a story from the trenches. I had an audition on Wednesday for that great new show called, oh, what's the name of it? It has Deborah, the one who was in Will and Grace, in it. Oh, it's so good. I like it so much. How can I forget? There it goes. It's out of my mind. Anyway, so I had this great audition for a brand new show that's on the air right now. The show is like really funny. If anybody knows, just put it in the chat. Mysteries of Laura. Yes, that's it. It was, thank you, Katie Greer. It was Mysteries of Laura. And it was to go straight to the producers. Now that's hot. And I was really excited because the role was written for an Asian person, but they were willing to see me. And you have 3 meaty scenes. Well, it turns out the producer session was at 5, and at 5 on Wednesdays, I'm up at SUNY Purchase teaching. So I said to my agent, I love this material. I love this show. I've watched it all. Is there any other way I can get in? And so the casting director, thank you very much, Rosalyn, comes back at me with, yes, come to my office at noon. Why did I miss that come to my office part? I go to the studio in Astoria at noon. Kaufman, that's where I'm standing at noon. And of course they're going, what? Huh? The producer session's not till 5. So I look back at my email and I see that it was a different address. 609 Greenwich is where I'm supposed to be at noon. And I'm standing there in Queens. So I call my agent, and at first I was like, oh God, I'm so embarrassed. I made them go through all this trouble to see me. They've agreed to accommodate me, and now I have to get on the train at 1. I can't make it down there and back to the train and up to Purchase by 1. But so I said, I'm so sorry, profusely apologized, thanking them for the opportunity, and said, would it be okay if I put myself on tape? Would they be open to that? Well, Rosalie comes back with, yes, get your tape in by 5. This is why it's important to you to know how to self-tape. So here I am in my office at SUNY Purchase doing my takes, making my student read with me. So what you have to learn is, how can I achieve the reality of 3 different scenes quickly? How can I shoot it in a way that isn't distracting and get it done and get it to them quickly? And that's what acting in the digital age will teach you. And it's important to you because if you don't know how to do this all by your lonesome, you will not be able to take advantage of all the opportunities that come your way. So what are the P's that I learned? I learned prepare, perform, publish, plus the tech. You got to have plus the tech. If you don't have mastery of the tech, you can't get it to them, right? So that's what I teach in acting in the digital age. And what I started doing when I was making my transition, after I had that wonderful class with Margie Haber, the thing that drove it home for me was prepare, perform, and publish plus the tech. So what I began doing was rehearsing on camera. So for every single audition that I had, whether I went in, because this was way back in the day, this is, 20 years ago, before you were putting yourself on tape all the time, I would rehearse on camera. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. And what you do, that gives you on-camera experience. And you find out so much from watching yourself back and from playing the scene on camera that you actually start to give yourself on-camera experience. So if you're not spending at least 30 minutes doing a scene on camera per week, then you are moving in the opposite direction of becoming a strong six-figure actor. You have got to be doing this every week, new material on camera. And that's what you learn in acting in the digital age, the 8-week class. Okay, so let's move on to Two Killers, the audition of the week. So Tanya, Miss Tanya, why don't you go ahead and unmute yourself? Let me see if I can unmute you.
I unmuted myself. Hello.
Oh, hello, Miss Tanya. Thank you so much for being the guinea pig in this situation.
Okay.
So, that was not a flattering thing to say. What is wrong with you? Thank you so much for being willing to read the scene with me.
You're welcome.
And putting up with me. You're so beautiful. That's my girl right there. All right. So this came from Actors Access, and you had to put yourself on tape. So everybody can follow along. So Tanya, you're reading for Agent 2.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to read the stage direction, and this is what you do. You would set up the camera, and you need a camera and a friend. So you have a camera, a clean background, and a friend, and a phone will work. You will probably need a tripod, and make sure that find the best light you can. As long as you can be seen and heard and not distracted by the background.
Okay.
All righty, so let's read the scene. Let me see, Agent 1. I'm Agent 1. So it says, Agent 1, seasoned killer. That's me. As you read, you become the person, right? You just take it on. Agent 1, seasoned killer. Agent 2, this was the role that was available this week. You have been a mercenary for only a few years, but she loves her job. She's young, immature, almost childish, and bloodthirsty. Okay, so even if you stop right there, you can always find a way to let that play in your imagination, right? One of us is older, right? I'm seasoned, I'm a seasoned killer. And the other one is young and bloodthirsty and hasn't been at it too long. All right, let's give it a read. Go ahead, Tanya.
Are you sure this is the place?
Yes, I'm sure this is the place.
Just making sure.
You always ask, and it's always the right place.
And this is where you say, I've been doing this about as long as you've been alive, so I'll handle it, huh?
No, this is the part where I say, you're an idiot.
Real mature old man.
Fire with fire, my friend. Anyway, let's go over it.
You want to go over it again?
Yeah, just to make sure you've got it.
I've got it.
This is a little tough.
I've got it.
You're gonna have to, oops, somebody's calling. Hold on. Escape for a second. Let me put this down here. You're gonna have to shoot from the fire escape and take him out through the window across the way.
Is it open? What room is it?
You're gonna check.
He could be home any minute. He could be home now. Hell, the friggin' cleaning lady could be home.
You're gonna check.
I'm going to check?
Yeah, you're gonna check. You know the rule.
No. The rule says I have to damn legwork and take all the damn risk.
Well, if he's in there and he spots me and I shoot him, we get fined. Or worse.
It's a stupid rule.
I'll give you that.
Why does the younger one have to pull the trigger? It makes no sense.
Well, I guess they realize I've done it enough. There's only so much death a man can take on his conscience.
Conscience? Thank God I don't have one of those.
Oh, laugh all you want. You're still checking it out. And you're still taking the shot. And you'd better hurry. Checks his watch. He'll be home soon.
Fine.
Good. And that's the end of the scene. Great, Tanya. Thank you for being so playful with me.
You're welcome.
So, what did you find out from doing the scene?
I found out that we actually have a really good working relationship together.
Yeah, we work together.
I think we find a lot of good energy between the way that we interact, even we.
I'm sorry, you went out for a second, Tanya. What'd you say?
I said we have a good energy in the way that we work together. Mm-hmm. We make in front of each other, but that's just how we get along.
Yeah, you found that like there's some teasing between us, right?
Yeah.
So what Tanya's starting to get at is she noticed the relationship. Did you have any idea where we were? Because it doesn't say where we are.
It doesn't, but I was imagining very tall buildings, like outside. We're Perp's apartment, and I can see the apartment. It's a little bit high up.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah, because I say that thing about the balcony, that makes me think, yeah, we must be somehow coming up to a building that has a lot of balconies, mm-hmm. And that we're going to have to shoot through it. That gave me an idea of where we might be. Mm-hmm. Maybe even like a fire escape or something like that. Oh, we mentioned a fire escape. So what Tanya's starting to do instinctually is after you act the scene, then you have to break the scene down. And if you were putting yourself on tape, what you would be doing is putting it on camera, and then you watch it back. And from your watch back, you can see, hey, it doesn't seem like I'm a killer, or it doesn't seem like I'm on a balcony. Hey, it doesn't seem, and you're going to discover what's needed for the scene from watching it back. And that's the first prepare, is that you have to read and act it through fully, and then watch that first take back. And it will be painful. I warn you, it'll be painful because it's your first read and you don't know what the hell is going on. But it'll also tell you so quickly what is needed for the scene, because you'll be going, oh, I should have done this, or oh, I should have done that, or I just noticed this. And that, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, is what I did and how it got me that 6 figures. Is I did that with every single audition. So several times a week, I was putting myself on tape, and that was my rehearsal. I would tape the entire rehearsal. So it was at least 30 to 45 minutes of me going through takes after watching the first one. And don't watch every take, you'll be there all day. You only need to watch the first one to figure out what's needed for the scene, what needs to be staged. Now let's talk staging. Staging in a scene is blocking on stage. So you have to figure out, how do I need to move around? You see me moving around in the frame? So I'm actually in the same, let me see, I'll turn it up like this, right? So I'm actually in the same spot the whole time. My feet are, but I still gotta play like I'm coming up to a building, right? So I have to play like, oh, there's a building here, right? As if I'm seeing a building, because that's what the scene is demanding of me. So your blocking becomes, your feet can only move in these like 2-foot by 2-foot space. This is me. This is right, so I can stay in the frame. 2-foot by 2-foot space. And yet you have to make the whole world happen in that space. Okay. And the difference, as I was telling you, we're going to learn the difference between if you were doing a general audition, like you would at a casting director workshop, or maybe for an agent, versus if you're auditioning for a real role, is that if you're auditioning for a real role that's available, the people who wrote it, who created it, who've been working on it for years are watching. And in their mind, they are experiencing the location. So they're helping you because they're meeting you with knowing of the story. When you're auditioning in a casting director situation, a general audition, we don't know the material. So we're not bringing a story, a background with us. So therefore, that's why blocking and staging does not work as well when it's a general audition. So when you're doing a general audition, you shy away from staging because they won't understand what you're doing. They've never even read the script, some of them, right? They're probably just coming, they just came to see some acting. So then that is the time when you want to simplify, keep it super simple. And that's a big difference. But you hear that all the time. Oh, don't pantomime, don't do this. Well, yeah, because you don't know what I'm doing because you never read the script. But absolutely do if it's a real audition. For instance, in my Mysteries, what's it called? Mysteries of Laura? Mm-hmm. Something like that. In my Mysteries of Laura audition, I had to examine a woman. I was a gynecologist. And I'm doing see, look at me, look, it looks like I'm examining somebody, right? You know, and so I had to do that in the audition. That makes sense in that context. There were lines about it, about how cold the instruments are, and I had to read the instrument and all that stuff. So to do all that, I had to pantomime to make all that real for myself and to make the moment work. So expect to create more staging in real auditions than you probably would in a general audition. That's the big difference. Okay, so we also noticed, and Tanya brought out in this audition, the tone of the scene, right? Right away, you can find that we're repeating each other. And even though this is about, hold on a sec, there's something on. There's a noise? Oh, that's my mother-in-law, Sandra. She's here. I didn't even know she was here. Okay, that's my mother-in-law. I can't tell her to be too quiet. So ignore the TV in the back because, you know, she's very helpful. All right. So anyway, you notice, we noticed the relationship, the tone, the repeats. You always say the lines exactly as written. Don't add anything. Don't even add look or I mean. Use the language exactly as written. It'll help you discover the rhythm. And you can see in this scene, what I thought was really fun is we have all these repeats. Are you sure this is the place on this page? And then the other one says, yes, I'm sure this is the place. Just making sure, right? If you add words to that, you're gonna mess up the discovery of the rhythm, right? And you also have an old guy and a young girl, right? A young woman who's immature. So already you see there's a great contrast. And that lets us know that this scene might be a dark comedy. Right off the top, we're finding out that we're in a world where we have a seasoned killer and we have a younger person who is almost childish and bloodthirsty, and we're repeating each other. So that gives us an idea like, oh my gosh, this seems like it could be kind of dark, but yet comedic, right? If it's a world of life and death. Okay, so Tanya picked that up right away too. That's because she's my ultimate actor student, so she knows all this stuff. Okay, so, and then you also, here's some more repeat. You wanna go over it again? Just to make sure you've got it. I've got it. This is a little tough. I've got it, right? You're starting to see that, oh, this is a little bit like who's on first, you know? So you're starting to notice, oh, okay, so maybe there's obstacles here. And then you can start to apply some of the rules of comedy to the scene and see how they work by increasing the contrast between the two of us, for one thing. Like I could be super gruff, right? I could be like the gruffest dude in the world to increase the contrast, right? I could be like, you're gonna check, right? Super gruff. And then Tanya you be the opposite of that. So if I go, let's start at the top of the page. I'm going to increase my gruffness, and you increase your bloodthirsty immaturity. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to shoot from the fire escape and take him out through the window across the way.
Is it open? What room is it?
You're gonna check.
He could be home any minute. He could be home now. Hell, the freaking cleaning lady could be home.
You're gonna check.
I'm gonna check.
Yeah, you're gonna check. You know the rule. Now you see, we just found the joke. By increasing that comedy, right? By us increasing the contrast, we just found the third one, the rule of threes, right? And that's where the beat change to the new rule. So you notice, so Tanya, now I want you to be even more, so you see how ridiculously gruff I was? This is how you explore the material. To explore the material, you have to go for it, and don't worry about, oh, I'm overacting, This is how you find out what's going on. The best way is by acting it and not by reading it in your head. So we're gonna do it again, just that same bit. And Tanya, this time I want you to go for being as extreme as you can be in your what did they say you were, naive? In your simplicity, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna be as gruff as I can, and you be as new, because you're the newbie and I'm the experienced one. That's the contrast we're playing with. Oh, I just got it, right?
Okay.
I'm really good and old at this, and you're new. So you got to make sure you're right and do everything you can think of that would make you new.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. You're going to have to shoot from the fire escape and take him out through the window across the way.
Is it open? What room is it?
Oh, you're going to check.
He could be home any minute. He could be home now. Hell, the freaking cleaning lady could be home.
You're going to check.
I'm going to check?
Yeah, you're going to check. You know the rule. Now you see how that increased it even more? And how the more that she goes, the more she's like a newbie, it gives me even more contrast. And we even found better that you're going to check, the third one has got to be different. And we also found how it drives me crazy. That I have to repeat myself, and that she has to, how did I find that out? By experiencing it, right? Why does she have to clarify all the time, right? And so now here we go, exploring our relationship. Okay, and then we go on to the new beat, which is about the rule. Alrighty, so that's a little bit of a taste of how you break down the scene, how you would rehearse it on camera. So that's prepare, perform, and in the class, Acting in the Digital Age, I love to teach you the tech. I love to tell you what camera you need, how to set up the shot, and make sure that you know how to safely upload it, even if you were, God forbid, on a train or something. And how could you safely upload other people's material? Now, one of the things is that if you're writing a new screenplay, you don't want the whole world to know what's going to happen in your screenplay. So the last thing they want is their material out there for everyone to see, say on YouTube. But I'll show you how to send it privately, how you can send it even from your phone, how you can attach your phone to your computer if there's no internet connection, so that you can make sure that you're getting your opportunities to put yourself on tape. So that is what it's all about. So let me tell you a little bit about how it's an 8-week class and how the class sort of pans out. And then at the end of this, I'm actually going to show you, well, I'm not going to exactly show you, I'm going to scrub through an on-camera self-taping of that same material. Okay, so this starts with, let me do this. So the first week in Acting in the Digital Age, we deal with the commitment and how you can come from whatever your mindset was before and get a fresh commitment going 8 weeks together. What kind of things you can say to yourself and you can do to prepare yourself to be successful in this commitment. And then we ask the key questions. The key questions are, who am I and what do I want? You as the actor. Because if you don't understand who you are and what you want as an actor, then you won't be able to sell your widget, right? Because you are the actual product. Me being able to bring this audition to life is what I'm selling. But if I don't know who I am, if I don't know my quote unquote type, if I don't know what I do and what I do well, how can I sell that? You also have to know what you want to do in show business, because what you want to do narrows down your efforts, because you don't want to just do any job with anybody, right? You want to do the right jobs with the right people that are going to move you into the career that you dream of. And so having clarity about where you want to go is key. And then we connect to your passion. And once you're recommitted and connected to your passion, now we got to get digital with it. And what sharing yourself in the digital space does is it gives you jobs. So I mentioned already that I was season 2 acting coach for In Treatment. Well, I got that job on Facebook. And this year I booked a feature film from a relationship that I have on Instagram directly with the director. And that film is currently in theaters. So you can get real work. I also got an amazing job down in Florida from Twitter. An old director who used to be a stage manager back in the day found me and offered me a gig from Twitter with no audition, mind you. So you can get work by being present in social media and sharing yourself. You want to be relevant, and you want to you want to maintain top of mind awareness. And one thing I've done to do that is to keep giving back to the industry, and I can show you how you can do that. The first way that you get into in acting in the digital age is, now we're in the performing. This is the best part, because I said prepare, perform, publish, plus the tech. So the performance part is you learn how to write from your heart, how to write and publish a story about yourself. This would be for another platform, so that you're sharing your thoughts and ideas about the industry, about the world, and you're maintaining top of mind awareness. But we're not talking about writing an essay like you're in school. We're talking about writing in your own voice like an actor. One of the things that A-listers do that we don't do, that other actors are afraid to do, is they campaign for the role. And I just love the story of, is it A Fault in Our Stars? A Fault in the Stars. The actress wrote a 30-page letter. A 30-page letter to get the role. So not only did she audition, and you gotta know there were other women who auditioned for that wonderful role. But what would you say if you wrote to the creatives, the person who wrote the book, the person who wrote the project, and wrote on your own behalf 30 pages of why you understand the role? How do you do that? That's something you learn about in acting in the digital age. Because if people hire people they know, like, and trust, and not just people who audition well. So auditioning well is one of many things that go into the factors of getting opportunities for yourself. Now, after we work on writing, then we figure out, how are we cast? How should I cast? How do you cast me? Being able to answer that question in a specific, strong way, and having images to back that up. You need to have an image that delivers on the promise. If you say, this is how you cast me as, one of the first roles I played was described as brown skin, about so high, nice and healthy, got good hips on her, and she liked to, I don't know why you're laughing, Tanya. She got good hips on her. This role made me. She's brown skin, nice and healthy, about this tall, got good hips on her, and she likes to laugh. So that's the description of the role. So that could be a description of how to cast you. So you have to have an image that backs that up. And let me tell you, Miss Tanya, back in the day, I had an image that backed that up. Okay. So, and I'll teach you how to take even a selfie. You and a friend can go out and create your own image that backs that up. Because I don't know if I mentioned, I'm also cheap. So I think you should shoot headshots often and cheaply, because you need a lot of images. Because if you're going to be sharing yourself in the digital space, you need a whole heap of images to support all this stuff you're talking about. Every time you have a post, there should be an image. So, and you're going to want to include yourself in those images. So that's what that whole week and unit is about, the selfie, and how you and a friend can go out and take your own headshots, even with your iPhone. Then I teach you video. And that's about creating your own work and your own role, creating the essence of a role that you love, isolating it, and then I'll teach you how to storyboard, beginning, middle, end, how to find out what other people are doing on the interwebs, and really put yourself out there by creating tiny little manageable pieces that you love, that really show who you are and what you do. Oh, look, I'm frozen. Okay, moving right along. Hello, there's somebody else, and she's on a machine. Look, that's cool. I gotta find out who that is. Let me see if I can click over there. That's Vicky Poole. Hi, Vicky Poole. You getting a good workout? Good. Thanks for coming in, Vicky, and you getting your workout on. I need to do it too. Okay, so after you got the video, then we move on to audio. And creating voiceovers, if you're a singer singing, creating audio in your field, or what I call it is in your territory. Your territory are the types of stories that you like to tell, that you cannot leave this earth without telling. Those stories, that's your territory, and you need to create voiceovers that are actually in your territory. Okay, let me get this. Let me just mute. Okay, good. Continue. Okay. Moving right along. Oh, somebody lost audio. Is it back? Who's that? Lisa Cheveco. Is it back? Okay. I hope it's back. Hi, Lisa. You can call in if you lost the audio. You can always go, and what I like about this Zoom is that I can see actually a whole bunch of you at the same time. And if it doesn't work, you can always use a regular old plain telephone. So that's good to know. All right, so then once we have video, we have audio. Oh, and we do audio. You can do accents in your audio. I show you how to put it on SoundCloud, and how you can create even, we have a creation of a public service announcement of something that you care about. Now that's really important, because you don't want your website and your web presence to be like, look at me, I'm a great actor, look at me, because that turns people off. You have to have something, you have to have, your art has to be connected to the bigger, broader, wider world. And we talk about what are the greatest ways to use your art to serve something you care about. If you care about malaria, I know this wonderful actress, she actually spends a lot of time in Africa now, who's unfortunately lost someone really close to her from malaria. So she used her acting skill to help that cause. And now she's, acting in movies in Africa and still a huge supporter of that cause. So finding that connection that's really important to you. Okay, Vicki, don't take us into the bathroom. I just want to remind you that we can see you. Yes, I've got you muted. Like, what are you saying, Vicki? I'm mute you for a sec. Wait. Hold on. I gotta get my clicking right. Mute audio. Okay, Vicki, you okay?
Yeah, sorry everyone. I'm just on the exercise. I'm like, no bathroom. No bathroom.
Thank you, Vicki. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming. That would be a disaster. And unfortunately, being in the digital age myself, I know all about those kind of disasters. So I keep you safe. Okay, so that's what the audio section is about. And lastly, we spend some time putting it all together on a website that you control. It's so important that you can control your own website, that if you wake up in the morning and you want to change something, that you're able to do that. You don't have to call anyone, that you feel that you're the master of your online domain. And the people who are exempt from this are the people who are, say, on a TV show or in a play, and they have a publicist who's doing all this work for them, and they're happy with that work. They're happy with how they're being shown online, and they're getting a response from it that's growing their reach. If you don't fall into that category, then you need this class. Okay, I hope you'll do it. Okay, so here we go next. Let me go back here. This is so much fun, guys. Thank you so much for putting that with me. Now, is this for you? Is this class for you? Well, this class is for you if you're a stage actor and you want a film and TV career. This is for you because you're going to be putting yourself on tape all the time. If you're traveling on the road, you'll be putting yourself on tape. If you play small TV roles and you want to transition into larger roles, then this class is for you. If you've had those under fives and some commercials under your belt, you got to go on actinginthedigitalage.com and check out Yasha Jackson's testimonial, because that's the transition she was able to make. And it's just awesome to see somebody sort of walk in their power because they know how to audition strong, and they know how to put themselves on tape and deliver. Okay? And also, if you want to gain more on-camera skills, guess how you gain more on-camera skills? Now, I've worked with all the A-listers, not all the A-listers, with some A-listers, such as Meryl Streep, Halle Berry, Tom Cruise, Christopher Walken, all Academy Award winners. And I will tell you one thing they have that I don't have: experience. On-camera experience. And if you don't have that, how are you going to get it? The way to get it is by practicing, and you have to learn how to practice. For instance, here's a tip about practicing. You need to practice with a friend if you can. But guess what? The friend is not your director. So the friend needs to keep their opinions to themselves. Because like you saw when me and Tanya read, those early reads are real funky, right? But that's what it's supposed to be. When you're rehearsing on camera, you're going to tape a whole bunch of crap. But you don't want someone to critique your crap, right? It takes away your confidence. It makes you feel small. And the reason we do that is the reason we do those early takes and put them on camera is so we can find out what it's about. So you don't need somebody to tell you where to look and what to do and what would be better and how they don't believe it if you have not done your work yet. An artist needs the space to be able to do the work. So what I teach you is how to rehearse productively with the friend and the friend's role. And you make that request of the friend, and then you return the favor by not blabbing and directing them during their audition. But you want to let the person go through their discovery process. So that will give you on-camera experience, even if you don't have it. And that's all we can do is keep showing up and give ourselves on-camera experience, because when we show up with these A-listers, it's a whole nother muscle. And if you're used to practicing on camera, then you will start to find out how you communicate and what works. Oh, okay, so I'm just going to scrub through this. Actually, I'm not going to show it to you because I just am going to show you frame by frame. So let's see what this looked like. Oh, but let me make my last offer just before I do that. Okay, so here's my last offer. My last offer is to those of you who tweet IRA's app or hashtag AIDA 2014 today, one of you will win a free 8-week Acting in the Digital Age class. And today until midnight, if you sign up for the class is being sold for a discounted price. The regular price is $249, and the discounted price before midnight tonight is $199. $199, ladies and gentlemen, $199. Can you believe it? Well, I really started this class because I wanted people to be, if you're, I don't care where you are, you should be able to practice and get better. I really believe that if you do that, things will start to shift for you if you share yourself online. I have had so many clients and had that happen when they start to create their own work and think of themselves as powerful artists and not act only by invitation. Okay, so let me scrub through. Scrub through means, what does scrub through mean? Scrub through means show you, but like not show you. So I'm just gonna do it fast. I'm gonna scrub through this 2 Killers audition. So, and putting it on tape yourself. But first I have to see the desktop. And then I have to see, here it is. Oh, but before I embarrass or scrub through that, I need to scrub through my own because I want you to see what it's like. Okay, so that's not showing yet. So I'm gonna scrub through my own. Let me press the here. Need to be here maybe. Just give me a second to get my tech together. Now the key to being techie is not giving up. Don't get frustrated. Don't get, so when things go wrong, what you have to do is just stick with it, basically. That's all you gotta do. Oh my gosh, more people, more people, more people. Who's that, Elizabeth? Oh my gosh, Rosemary Thomas. Hey, I know you. Jennifer Bonaparte and Latte, whoever that is, welcome. This is so awesome. I'm happy, you guys. All right, let me figure out how to share this screen and stop playing around, saying hello. Oh, stop share for a second. Okay, and then I'm gonna share it again, but I'm first gonna scrub through this one. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna show you the frame by frame of my self-taping. This is me being the doctor in that Mysteries of Laura, right? The gynecologist. And that's the first scene. I think that was the first scene, me meeting her and stuff like that. And you notice the background isn't distracting. I have my eyes about 1/3 of the way down. Different stuff is happening. Okay, and here's the second scene. This is the second scene where we have some staging, so that'll be fun for you guys. This is me coming in to be Dr. Ish, right? So there's me from behind. And notice that hanger in the background. That should not be there. Try not to have distracting stuff in the background. So then I come in as the physician and I meet her. Notice me taking my jacket off and giving myself some behavior as a physician. And there I am examining her, right? There I am with the little forceps or whatever that is, right? And I'm telling her that oh, look at that. I'm doing that. I'm telling her she's pregnant. Good news. And then she gives me the bad news, I'm under arrest. So you see that moment. And then you go on to the last one. Oops, what's that title? Oops, I hope I didn't send this in with the title on there like that. That would be bad. And then here I am in the last scene being questioned by them and getting in trouble. And denying that I did the murder. And closing. And I teach you how to put a card. Okay? So that's me putting myself on tape so I know the struggle. Let's do another one, the one that Tanya and I worked on. So you can I'll scrub through that one. You can see what that looks like. And then I'll take some questions and that'll be that. So I guess I'll go here, share screen. All right, so what does this one look like? Let's scrub through. This is the one that Tanya and I read together. And this is my lovely Irina Edna. Here's her audition, right? As the killer number 2, right? And there she is seeing the place. There she is playing with the old gruff guy, right? Fighting her, being her little bloodthirsty self. And there she is laughing at his serious moment. And then off she goes to kill the guy, to do what she's supposed to do. And so that's what I'll be teaching you guys, is how to successfully put yourself on tape and how to get it to the people. Okay. Oh my God, it was exactly an hour. That's so perfect. Aw, it's not showing up. Mysteries of Lure. Aw. All right. Did anybody see it? Yes or no? No. Oops. I saw it. Apparently, I enjoyed it. Let me show it again, and let me make sure this time that you actually see it. Okay, get rid of that one. Stop share for a sec, and I will screen share again. And here we go. This is share screen only. All right. Are you seeing it now? Yes. Yes, says Vicky Poole. Okay. All right. Ready? Tanya, you see? Yeah, she sees it. Okay. So one more time with gusto. That's me being that person. And I'm scrubbing through my audition that I had to put on tape. Let me put this down too, so you can even see that better. And that's me in the first scene. I don't want to give away their fresh material, but of course, if you're in the class, I'd play it for you. But I just don't want to be all giving away their stuff. Plus, I'm shy. So, and then here I am in the second scene. This is what I think is interesting because you get to see some staging, right? This is me coming in as the doctor, coming in to examine her. So then you get to see that. I gotta do it slow. And you know, you can always tell from, this is a great way to watch without the sound. I'm playing it backwards now, you're not tripping, but how to watch it without the sound, because you can tell the moments. You should be able to see the moments happening moment to moment on your face. You don't even have to listen, right? So here I am coming in to meet her, to examine her. And find out what her medical condition is. And then I'm gonna have to do the, forceps and all that jazz. So here I am getting that stuff ready to find out if she's pregnant. And there I go. Here I go. There's the examining her. And there we go. I'm about to tell her she's pregnant. Now I'm looking to see, I'm examining up. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, she's making jokes about how cold it is. And there we go. Looking through that. Let's go with some more. Oops. There, oh, look at that, some good news. Ah, you're pregnant. And then she says, no, you're under arrest. And I'm like, fuck. There we go. There's the moment. And now I'm mad. Shit. Right? And then we have the last scene, which is me defending myself. I had nothing to do with this dude getting killed. Look at that. See? And then I'm saying what a great doctor I am. And I'm belligerent. And he ruined my whole career. So there you have it. Now you've seen it. Okay? Very good. Does anybody have any questions? I saw yours, but not Irina's. Oh. The mic is, Rosemary Thomas to all, the mic is in the camera, and you don't need a special mic because the mics nowadays are good enough that if you're 3 feet away from it, it'll pick you up. As long as it's not like a siren going by outside, you just need to be heard clearly. So yes, saw hers, but not Irina's. Okay, you want to see another one? Here come another one. I'm going to stop the screen sharing. And let's see Irina's screen share. And this guy, here we go. Share this screen. And here's Irina's. And let's scrub through this one. Okay, so here she is. This is the one me and Tanya worked on. There she is as the young killer who's eager but and bloodthirsty. So you see her being the feisty, belligerent. And let's keep going through this one. Oh, are you seeing it? No. Oh, they're not seeing it. Oh, stop. Oh, good thing I have it on 2 computers, so now I can see what you're seeing. Okay, stop share. Let me grab it one more time. This one. Share screen. Now do you see it? Yes? Say yes, people. Yes, that's what I like to see. Okay, here we go. How long is this? 2 minutes. All right, I just play it because I don't think you have sound. You're hearing me, right?
Are you sure this is the place? Yes.
No, I don't want you to hear her. Okay, so here she goes. Right there, you see her playing. She's being her little feisty self. You guys seeing? Yes. There she is. Right. There she is. She doesn't want to go in there. I love her in this role. Sorry, but I do. And there she is laughing at the old guy because he's having a moment. And then she still has to go because you know the rules, and off she goes. Let me see the close.
Fine.
And there she goes off to shoot from the balcony. Okay, now that you've seen it. Yes, you've seen it, Tanya? Yes, you saw it? Okay, good. Now I'll take any questions if there are any. I recommend, so let's see, here we go. Can we just watch yours full out? Yeah, I'll show mine full out at the end. I don't mind. I'm sure, why not? It's sort of embarrassing though, but I will. Arena, mic and camera independent. Saw yours twice, but not Arena, still not sharing. Okay, you saw that. Still can't see, Arena's not showing up. Okay, we can see it, it's okay. Good, thank you. Okay, no, not showing up. Oh, we see email screen. Oh yes, we see it. Okay, good. Yes, we see it. Hooray, we can see it, yes. So only one question. Thank you guys for putting up with this. So do you not recommend looking more into the camera? You both look off camera, but not into it or just the side of it. Never look into the camera unless there's a camera in the scene. Who are you looking at? If you're a reporter, look into the camera. If you're doing a direct address to an audience that's beyond the lens, then absolutely look into the camera. Otherwise, don't look into the camera. There's no camera there. The camera is only seeing you. So what you do is you place your world around the camera. So you just have your reader stand close to the lens. And that should take care of it. So that is my recommendation on that tip. This is not a commercial audition. If it's a commercial audition, or if in some way the story is telling you I'm talking to the camera, then do it. So that's my answer. All right, people. It is so wonderful to have spent some time with y'all. And I'm hoping that you enjoyed the Audition of the Week segment from my new class, Acting in the Digital Age. I hope that many, many, many of you will sign up and join me. And you will receive, of course, a discount if you sign up before midnight. Oh, look, more questions. I was just about to say that. Okay, how do we put ourselves into the running for the complimentary session? The way you put yourselves into the running is by tweeting at iRoz app. I'll put that in there. Let me get this back. You're going to tweet at iRoz app and pound or hashtag. You see it now? Yes. Hashtag acting in the digital age. So give me a tweet before midnight and you're in the running for the free version of the class. That's all you got to do. And my partners in crime will be picking out the lucky, lucky winner. And of course, you'll be going with us on the path to the digital age. And I imagine that you guys would be, the people who would want to take this class would be people who maybe have an agent, who know how to act, but who've been basically waiting for the phone to ring and haven't quite yet risked really campaigning for roles. They haven't booked work from their digital experience. And that's what I want to help you do, help you bridge that gap so that you are essentially building relationships with your creatives, dream directors, people that you want to work with directly. So that's what this class is about. It's about writing like you act. It's about knowing how to cast yourself, how to answer that question, having images that fulfill that promise, making videos, your dream videos, little pieces of art that you can share, that you'd be proud to share, having audios that really represent you, playing with audio books, accents, all that jazz. It's fun to do that. And then connecting your talent to the greater world with the What I Care About section, and then putting it all together on a website that you control. And if you can fill out a form, you should be controlling your website. Some of my people, I imagine, have paid a lot of money for a website. Well, if you have to get back in touch with somebody to update it, to add things to it, to change it all around, even if you just feel like it, then that's a problem. Because as an artist, you want to be the master of your own destiny. And because the internet is such an artistic playground, it's how we can distribute ourselves. I want to make sure that you know how to do that and how to do it effectively. And the very least I could do challenge, but I won't talk about that. So that's it, peeps. Let me check in on the chat one more time. Oh, when does it start? The class starts on October 21st. Starts October 21st, and you go to actinginthedigitalage.com, and you sign up there, and then you get it popping. October 21st is when it starts. And if you sign up before midnight, you get the discounted price of $199. And I hope you do, because I really want people to sign up. What affordable camera do you recommend for self-taping? I will tell you exactly what camera, what light, what tripod, in every price range, and that's all covered in the class, and I'm happy to do that. My cheap butt, I'm always like, what's wrong with your iPhone? You can make a movie on your iPhone. So I will show you exactly how to do that, how to connect your iPhone to a tripod. But I think it's really hard to use the iPhone without a friend. You really do need a friend if you're using the iPhone. So when is the class? I said that. When, what day? Okay, so it starts on the October 21st, and the class is all online. That's what's great about it, is that you do it at your own convenience. You download videos, and there are question and answer calls, 5 question and answer calls where I will go over, work with you, answer all your questions during the week. During the 8 weeks, there are 5 live calls. And the live calls happen just like this, where we all jump on Zoom, up to 100 of us, and we ask the questions. And if you miss it, you don't have to worry, because everything's recorded and you can watch it at your own time. Don't even worry about missing it. That's the beauty of the digital age. So you'll just watch the video if you missed it. Just like if anyone missed this call, they can just watch this video. And it's 8 weeks. It's so doggone cheap. And you get lifetime access to the content. Boom, shakalaka. So you can take your time moving through it. What I really like is that you're able to move at your own pace. And I think that's really important for artists, especially artists who are coming out of the mentality of waiting for their agent to call. Sometimes it takes you longer to get through those early mindset stages, to get your guts up, to really share yourself. So it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get through the material. You have a lifetime access. The class is live for 8 weeks. That means you have access to me answering your questions for 8 weeks. And then I'll do it again in January for 8 weeks. Live. Okay, bye. I already told you that. She's got an audition for Playing an Hour. Bye, have a great audition, Rosemary. And bye, Kate Greer. Bye, guys. It has been my pleasure. It is my pleasure to spend time with you. Thank you, Tanya, for acting with me. I hope you guys will join me in acting in the digital age. Even if I don't see you, I would love to work with you someday. So our paths shall cross. Bye, guys. You guys rock. You're awesome. Bye. I gotta go burn some calories too. Thanks, guys. Take care. I am Roz Coleman Williams. Go to actinginthedigitalage.com, and I am signing off. Bye. Have a great audition.